Okay, so now see here.
Sure.
Okay, now see here. Now in the previous session, we have started with software development lifecycle models or methodologies. Okay, so now we have altogether we have 7 different models available. Now coming to waterfall model. Okay, now we go for a waterfall model. So what is waterfall model? Why we are using this model? This model is suitable for short-term projects in which the clients are having limited or less budget. This model is suitable for short-term projects in which the clients are having limited or less budget. It means the budget of the client is very, very less. Okay, so and the project is for like 3 months or 8 months or 9 months, like that. The project is not a big project. Okay, so in this model, testing activities will start only after completion of the development activities. Testing activities will start only after completion of the development activities. So first what they will do, they will try to gather the requirements. Try to gather the requirements, and then they will go ahead and try to do the analysis, and then they will go ahead and do the designing, coding, testing, and finally release and
Going.
maintenance. Requirements, analysis, design, coding, testing, and finally releasing and maintaining the application. Okay, so now see here. First they will try to gather the requirements. Since this is a short-term project, after one activity only, we can go for the next activity. After we are done with one activity, then only we can go for the next activity. First they will try to gather the requirements. So once after they gather the requirements, now we are going to go ahead and do the analysis. So once after analysis is done, again they will try to go ahead and hire an architect who can go ahead and design the application. Okay, who can go ahead and try to design the application. So once after designing is completed, now they will try to hire a developer who can do the coding. They will try to hire a developer who can do the coding, and once after coding is completed, then they will try to hire a tester who can go ahead and test the application. So once after testing is completed, now finally we will go ahead and release and maintain the application. We will go ahead and release and maintain the application. Did you understand? So these are all the phases that we are going to use in waterfall model. So after one activity only, we go for the next activity. See, we can't go ahead and do all the activities at a time simultaneously as we did in V model. Why? Why? Why we can't go ahead and do? Because the budget of the client is very, very less. If my budget is very less, and if I hire all the team members at a time, I have to pay each and every team member. Yes or no? Yes
Yes.
or no? Yes. So that is the reason in waterfall model, because of the less budget, we are going to first go ahead and gather the requirements, and then we go ahead and do the analysis, then designing, coding, testing, and finally we will go ahead and release and maintain the application. Okay, so here they will ask you what is the main difference between V model and waterfall model. What is the difference between V model and waterfall? So in V model is suitable for long-term projects. V model is suitable for long-term projects, but whereas waterfall model is suitable for short-term projects. For short-term projects. And here in V model, both the development activities and testing activities will go parallelly in V model. Okay, both the development activities and testing activities will go parallelly here in V model. But In waterfall model, only after completion of the development activities only testing activities will take place. Completion of the development activities only testing activities will take place. And here in V model, we can maintain the quality. That means we can go ahead and maintain the accuracy here in the V model. But whereas in waterfall model, we will not be able to maintain the accuracy here in the waterfall model. We will to maintain the accuracy here in the waterfall model. Any question? Now, next,
No,
prototype model. What do you understand by prototype? This model is suitable for projects in which clients are not having any clear requirement about the project. The client will say, I just want this Bank of America application to be developed. I want this Bank of America application to be developed. That's it. But he will not provide you any clear requirements about the project. Okay, he will not provide you any clear requirements about the project. So prototype is nothing but it is a dummy application, a sample application, how the application looks like. So see here, first what we will do is they will try to gather the requirements. They will try to gather the requirements. So once after they gather the requirements, now you have to go ahead and do the analysis. So once after analysis is done, now you will try to go ahead and do the designing. So once after designing is done, now you will have a prototype. You have a prototype. Prototype means what? It's a sample application. Am I right? Prototype is nothing but it is a sample application. To see, to show like this is how our application looks like, and this is where our password is, this is where our username is, this is where our sign in button is, this is where our logo should be. So you'll have a rough sketch of the application. So that is nothing but a prototype. Now since the client doesn't have any clear requirements, now you will show this prototype to the client. You will show this prototype to the client. So the client accepts. Then only if the client accepts whatever the application has been developed, the client accepts, then only you'll go for coding, testing, and then you will finally release and maintain the application. So in case if the prototype, whatever the application has been designed, if the application is not satisfied by the client, what you will do? Again, you will go back to the requirements, check if there are like any new requirements, do the designing, and then again you will have a prototype with you. So again you will show this prototype to the client. If the client accepts, proceed further. The client does not accept, again go back to the requirements, check if there are like any new requirements, and then so this process will continue until the prototype has been accepted by the client. Okay, this process will continue until the prototype has been accepted by the client. Any questions? Elchin, Mandar, Sapna?
No, it's no point.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm good.
Okay, now coming to RAD model. RAD means what? Rapid Application Development Model. A rapid application development model. So what do you understand by this? So this model is suitable for the projects in which clients are not having the sufficient time to complete the testing in a project. Client will not have a sufficient time to complete the testing in a project. So in this model, we are developing the new application by making the minor changes. So let's say your client will say, I want this Bank of America application to be developed. Or else, let's say your client has already developed Bank of America application and now you want to develop another new application called PNC Bank. Your client has already developed this Bank of America. Now he wants to develop another new application called PNC Bank. So you know both are banking domains only. Am I right? Yes or no? Both are banks only. So here what the developer is going to do to develop this PNC Bank is he going to write the code again from the beginning to develop the application? What the developer will do? Is he going to?
No, they don't need to. They will just continue.
What the developer will do, they will try to go ahead and make the changes in existing code. So Bank of America is also same client's application. So they have already developed the code for this Bank of America. So to develop this PNC bank, they will use the same code to develop this PNC bank. That means with the existing code only, they will try to make the changes in the code. So what are the changes that the developer is going to make to develop this PNC bank? What are the changes that the developer is going to make? Develop this PNC bank.
It will change the logo,
Very good.
the colors, design.
Very good. We'll go ahead and change the name of the bank, color, logo, images, font size. So each and everything. Okay, he's going to change each and everything. So this model is suitable for the projects in which we are if we don't have the sufficient time to complete the testing. So the developer is going to make the changes in the code, like minor changes they are going to make to develop this PNC bank. So what are all the changes is, first they will go ahead and change the name of the bank, because if they don't change, instead of Bank of America, if you don't change it as PNC bank, then that will be a very, very big defect. Am I right? So first they will go ahead and change the name of the bank, then logo, colors, font size, alignments of the page. So these all they are going to change. But whereas testing team is given very high priority. Why?
Yes.
Why? Because with the you have to go ahead and verify whether the to the testing team. Why? Because to verify whether these minor changes are impacting successfully in the application or not. Whether these minor changes are impacting successfully in the application or not, you will check. So these are the changes that the developer is going to make to develop this Bank of America, to develop this PNC bank. The development team is given very less priority, but whereas testing team is given more priority to verify whether this development team has developed the application as per the client requirement or not, and whether those changes are made successfully or not. So that is a RAD model. Any questions in RAD model?
So, Archana, I have a question. So, what is the main difference between waterfall model and RAD model? Because both model doesn't have enough time. I mean, both are time
Both
constrained.
are fine. Yeah, but this is a short-term project. Okay, and after each and every activity only, you'll go for the next step. So RAD model is totally different. The client has already developed one application and he has to develop another application. So to develop another application, they will go and make the changes in the code. Whatever the
Okay.
code they have written, they'll go and make the changes in the code so that you will test. So here development team is given more priority and testing team is given high priority. You can't compare this waterfall model and with RAD model.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay? Yeah, both are totally different. Now coming to spiral model. You know how the spiral looks like? This is how the spiral looks like.
Yes.
Sorry, it's very bad, I know. Spiral. It looks like a spring. Am I right? It
Yes,
looks
kind
like
of.
a spring. Okay, so it is like a spiral. It's like a web, you can say. Okay, so spiral model. So what is the spiral model? Why we are using the spiral model? This model is suitable for the projects in which we are expecting 100% accuracy. This model is suitable for the projects in which we are expecting 100% accuracy. That means this model is suitable for the scientific projects like NASA applications. See, whenever they are launching a satellite into a space, definitely it should be like 100% accurate. Am I right? Yes or no? That should not be like 0.001 second guys, okay? Hello? Hello? Why we are using this spiral model? This model is suitable for the projects in which we are expecting 100% accuracy. 100% accuracy. So this model is suitable for the scientific projects like NASA application in which we are expecting 100% accuracy. In which we are expecting 100% accuracy. Okay? That means if you are launching a satellite into the space, definitely you should have 100% accuracy. Okay? There should not be like 0.0001%. You should not have 0.0001% defect also. If you have anything, then definitely your application will fail, like your application will not launch. Okay? Did you understand?
So in other models, if some 0.1% error is fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So here what will happen is first they will try to gather the requirements. Okay. So once after they gather the requirements, now what they will do, they will try to go ahead and do the analysis. Am I right? Yes or no? So once after analysis is done, now what you'll do?
Yes.
Once after analysis is done, what you'll do?
Designing.
What you will do?
They will repeat the process.
Yeah. Once after analysis is done, again you will go back to the requirements. Okay? Yes or no? You will go back again to the requirements. So again you will gather the new requirements and then again you will go ahead and do the analysis and then now you will come for design. Okay? So now designing will be done by the architect. So once after designing is completed, now again what you will do?
Analysis.
Again you will, no. After designing is completed, again you will go back to the requirements. Okay, again you will go back to the requirements and check if there are like any new requirements, and then again you will go for analysis. So once after analysis is done, again you will go for the code designing, and once designing is completed, now you will go for coding. Okay.
So it means after every function you have to repeat the cycle once again. After every function you have to repeat the cycle.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That means from every current phase, we are going back to the previous phase. We will confirm the previous phase and then only we'll come back to the current phase. So we'll gather the requirements, do the analysis, design, coding, testing, and finally we'll go ahead and release. So once after coding is completed, again you'll go back to the requirements, check if there are like any new requirements, do the analysis, design, coding, now testing. So once after testing is completed, again you will go back to the requirements, check if there are like any new requirements, do the analysis, do the designing, coding, testing, and now finally you will go ahead and release and maintain the application. That means from every current phase, we are coming back to the previous phase, and then from every current phase, we are going back to the previous phase, we are confirming the previous phase, and then only you will come back to the current phase. So what are the advantages in this spiral model? Tell me.
It will get you the perfect.
Error.
Tell me.
It's good for perfect result.
It will maintain 100% accuracy. We can maintain 100% accuracy here in the spiral model. Okay, we can go ahead and maintain 100% accuracy in the spiral model. Okay, and then what are the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages?
It's time consuming. It's time consuming.
Yes, it is a time model and it is very expensive model. It's very expensive model. Okay, and then now we go for a fish model. So what do you understand by fish model? Fish model means what? Fish model means what?
Is it similar to Remodel?
No. See, fish model is nothing but it is a theoretical mapping. That means it is a theoretical mapping between the software development lifecycle and software testing lifecycle. Okay? It is nothing but it is a theoretical mapping between the software development lifecycle and software testing lifecycle. So this model is suitable for medium scope project in which the clients are having the stable requirement. So this fish model, no one is going to use in the real time. No one is going to use the fish model in the real time, because if the project is not going to be a success, are you still going to work for the project? No, you will not be working. So you will go ahead and look for some other project if the project is not going to be a success. So fish model, no one is going to use this fish model in a project. Okay. Now coming to agile model. So what do you understand by agile model? Agile model. Agile model. Any idea?
No.
This model is suitable for long-term projects.
Just break up for the processes. Yeah.
So mostly
For example, you can
mostly 99% we are going to use only this agile model in the project. Okay, so agile model is nothing but during this this model is suitable for long-term projects in which the requirements of the client is changing very frequently. In which the requirements of the client is changing very frequently. So in this model, the requirements of the client is changing very frequently, so that we need to enhance the application. That means we have to test the application and release the application to the client in a frequent manner. That is for maximum 1 month or 3 months or 6 months, like that. Okay, so for understanding of this agile model, we need to understand some terminologies. For understanding of this agile model, we need to understand some terminologies. What are they? Any idea? What are they? Scrum Master, Scrum Master Sprint.
Scrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Scrum.
Sprint finalization. And then eras. And then Scrum Meeting. Then Sprint sign off. Then
When you say Jira, it's Jira, you mean?
I will tell you. I will tell you each and every step. Don't worry.
The depict.
Yeah. Now first one is I will explain you each and everything. Please wait. Now coming to Scrum Master. First one is Scrum Master. So who is Scrum Master? Scrum Master means who? Scrum Master is nothing but he is a person who is interacting with the client, collecting the requirements from the client, and preparing the JIRAs. So now tell me, who is a Scrum Master?
Business analyst.
Very good. That's it. Business analyst is the Scrum Master. It means he is a person who is interacting with the client and collecting the requirements from the client. And they will prepare the JIRAs. Okay, and then next one is Sprint. Sprint is what? Sprint is nothing but the release to deliver to the client. Sprint is nothing but the release to deliver to the client. So in the project, you can either call it as a sprint or release or build. Sprint or release or build. Okay, so in a project, let's say the project is for like 3 years. So after 3 years, you will not show what you have done to the client. Am I right? That means for every 2 months or 3 months or 5 months, you will show what you have done to the client. So So if the client wants to make any changes after looking at whatever you have done, the client wants to make the changes, he will go ahead and make the changes immediately. He will not wait until the project is completed. So in the real time, they can either call it as a sprint or release or build. All the three meanings are same. But it depends on project to project, whatever the terminologies they use. Okay, now coming to sprint finalization. Sprint finalization means it is a sign-off meeting for Jira's in which your Scrum Master, QA lead, technical lead, everyone will be involving and they will finalize the schedule of the sprint. It is a sign-off meeting for Jira's in which your Scrum Master, QA lead, technical lead, everyone will be involving and they will finalize the schedule of the sprint. That means when it has to be released. See, when it can be released only once all the testing activities and development activities are completed, then only we can go ahead and release it. Yes or no? So that is sprint finalization. Next one is what? Jiras. Jiras means?
It's tool for the tracking. When
Yes,
you
it's also a tool,
can,
but here Jiras is nothing but one second, listen. Jiras,
sure.
BRS, FRS and SRS documents are nothing but Jiras. Okay, BRS, FRS and SRS documents are nothing but Jiras. As you told, Jira is also a tool, but here in Agile model, Jiras are nothing but BRS, FRS and SRS together is called Jira. Did you understand? Ugar, Mandar, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Now coming to Scrum Meeting. Scrum Meeting means what? Scrum Meeting or Scrum Call also you can say. So it is nothing but it is a check-in call. It is a check-in call in which your Scrum Master, QA team, technical team, everyone will be involving and they will discuss about the status of the sprint. That means how much is completed, how much needs to be completed, how long it will take for you to complete. So this all comes under a Scrum Meeting. Okay, now coming to sprint sign-off. Sprint sign-off means what? It is a meeting in which your Scrum Master, QA lead, technical lead, everyone will be involving and they will sign off the sprint after successful completion of the sprint. They will sign off the sprint after successful completion of the sprint. That means the sprint has been completed. Now we can go for the next sprint or next release. Okay, and then next one is QA team. QA team means what?
Team of testers.
QA team is nothing but the testing team. Technical team is, it is nothing but the development team. It is nothing but the development. Okay. Yeah. And then next one is what? They will ask you, okay, go ahead and explain me about the agile methodology that you have worked in your previous project. Go ahead and explain about the agile methodology that you have worked in your previous project. So what you'll write here, in agile methodology, Scrum Master will interact with the client. They'll try to collect the requirements from the client and then they are going to prepare the JIRAs. Okay, in agile methodology, Scrum Master will interact with the client. They'll try to collect the requirements from the client and prepare the JIRAs. So once the Scrum Master prepares the JIRAs, we will have a sprint finalization. We will have a sprint finalization meeting. So in that meeting, your Scrum Master, technical lead, QA lead, everyone will be involving and they will finalize the schedule of the sprint. They will finalize the schedule of the sprint. So once the sprint schedule has finalized, technical team will start the development activities and QA team will start the testing activities based on the JIRAs. So during the sprint on a daily basis, we will have a sprint Scrum call or Scrum meeting and we will discuss about the status of the sprint. We will discuss about the status of the sprint. So we have a sprint sign off call and they will sign off the sprint and release the sprint to the client. Okay, they will sign off the sprint and release the sprint to the client. So immediately next sprint will start with new Jiras and also with the updation of the existing Jiras. Immediately next sprint will start with new Jiras and also updation of the existing Jiras. Okay, any questions until here? Any questions until here?
No question.
Huh? Okay. So this is all about the agile model. So mostly in real-time projects, we will go ahead and work only on this agile model, not on any other models. Okay. Now coming to testing methodologies. Testing methodologies. So altogether, we have 3 different types of testing methodologies available in the industry. Altogether, we have 3 different types of testing methodologies available in the industry. What are they? What are they? White box test.
White box, black box. I know just only white and black box.
Like
Do they have a green box also?
no, we don't. Okay. Now the next one is a gray box. White box, black box, and gray box. Now coming to white box. White box means what?
Really?
A box that is painted on white.
No.
Checking the functionality.
Performing testing on the application with structural knowledge or coding knowledge is called white box testing. Performing testing on the application with structural knowledge or coding knowledge is called white box testing. So a resource who is having the coding knowledge can perform this white box testing in a project. Right? Performing testing on the application with structural knowledge or coding knowledge is called white box. So a resource who is having the coding knowledge only can do this white box testing in a project. So who does it? Development. Right? Development team has this coding knowledge because they have to write the if condition, if else, like a for loop, while loop, basic path. This all comes under white box testing. Now coming to black box. Black box means what?
Opposite to white box?
Hello?
Testing team. Testing team does this black box testing in a project. So a resource who is having the functional knowledge of the application only can perform this black box testing in a project. Okay, performing testing on the application with functional knowledge is called black box testing. So a resource who is having the functional knowledge of the application only can perform this black box testing in a project. Okay, now coming to gray box testing. Gray box testing means what? Gray box testing means what? Who has both the knowledges only can perform this gray box testing in a project. who has both the knowledges only can perform this gray box testing. Okay. So, any questions until here? Or you want me to repeat anything?
No.
No? Okay. So we will stop it here and we will continue tomorrow at the same time. Okay? Okay? Any other questions? Or you want me to repeat anything? Huh? No? Okay. Okay then guys, so let's see tomorrow at the same time then. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.